crap at bloody wrapping Christmas present. Not that by many. What I'm up to here is we do power spares. Specialising more in mashio nowadays, but we have got other bits and pieces, so if you're short of something, give us a ring. We used to do it all years ago. I mean, there's some KG gears for an Amazon there, some Howard parts, that's Howard rotors, some lightweight Howard stuff, I think some Rabbi stuff in here, MKE, and what I've just packaged up there was an MKE centre rotor, you know. Oh, some Ferraboli Vicon stuff there. There's very little of that stuff left. It used to be absolutely full in it. You couldn't shift. Everything was a bit more organised and labelled, but we just sort of specialise in more mashio now. Mashio rotors, gears. I do bearings and new bearings and seals. Yeah, it's just, to most, you think just a box of scrap. But you go buy one of them quick release rotors like that, you're talking near on 500. Well, last time I heard there were about 450 quid for a rotor. Well, Christ almighty, I charge 100 quid for them. And the good ones, I don't send anything we wear on spline or bearing or seal housing. You know, so yeah, I've got all sorts of stuff. So if you want to rebuild your mashio power, give us a shout. Or like I say, any other breeds, but yeah, there's a bit of Dowswell stuff there. But I am complicating my life by doing all marks, so we are specialising in more the mashio stuff. So I can do these bearings, new bearings at right price as well. So because them bloody things are extortionate when you go to you know, your normal machinery counter. But I can get them off importer at a fair, decent price. So yeah, if you want to rebuild your mashio power, give us a shout. As I say, we've got all cogs, gears, bearing housings, bearing seals. You know, give us a shout or give us a try anyway. We're as competitive as out because we don't need. We haven't got the bling of a shop, you know, and staff to pay, but it is a small part of our business. But some days we do. Oh Christ! Some days we don't package nothing for a fortnight, 3 weeks, and then other weeks, bloody hell, we'll have 10 to do. You know, it's bizarre how it sort of works. How whether people think about mending their machines all at the similar time, but yeah, it's quite bizarre. So right, I've got all sorts of following to do. Is transport here for a load of wheat, and yeah, good news, we finally got this wheat in cool. There's bloody hell, a little bit of hot spot in that corner, but now it's summer, so we're just sort of mixing it in a bit. Yeah, it's a bit bridge there, but it's just way at corner. I think it's cool as out, so yeah, no bother whatsoever. But yeah, just keep an eye on your corn heaps, because like we didn't expect this happening. What's caused it, I do not know. Whether it was heat going in, or whether it was the damp atmosphere. Hi. Yeah, corn. Really cold. bloody week prattling about with it, moving it and blowing it and all sorts. Just monitoring our fodder beet heap because it's quite mild, isn't it? Anyway, it's keeping so bad to say it was lifted when it was very, very warm. You know, but I could just do with, if anybody wants any, I could just do with a bit more shifting because it don't want to be here in another month. But actually, what we've got to get to lift, oh God, I don't know. Just before Christmas there, we were sort of contemplating. Well, I did ring Nige, the contractor. I said we might be on in a week. And anyway, we're back to square one, aren't we? It's just as wet as it ever has been, really. Fodder beet, what's left in the field though, there hasn't been a lot of harsh weather. We had a bit of frost, it knocked a bit of top off it, but top's regrowing again. And it's still, there's no frost damage whatsoever. By God, it's good beet. There's a hell of a lot of tonnage left in this field here. And I would say the jam on. Got a lot of gaps here though. I don't know why we ended up with a lot of gaps in one spot. Now to do it, I think it was maybe mice or something. Mice ate the seed. Oh, bloody big stuff it is. Oh, dog's put a pheasant up. And then this is the jam on, which grows out at ground. This is monstrous beet. Look at the size of that bloody thing. But same again, no frost damage whatsoever. Actually, it's wet. It's not as wet as I thought it would be. I thought it would be like walking in a bog. You know, I mean, another week. Get a week of dry weather because we're on about a bit of a dry spell to come. So hopefully, if God is good, he'll give us a bit of dry weather so we can sort of, well, contemplate maybe getting a bit more wheat sown, and definitely getting this up. So it's a bit poorer on here. Don't know, it's just a sandy bank on here, which the beet is a lot poorer. Whether it suffered a little bit with drought, I don't know, but yeah, a lot more solid underfoot than I thought. Got dogs having a whale of time putting pheasants up. Go on, seek them out. We don't shoot on this farm. I've never been, I did a bit when I was younger, but not interested really. They're all shooting today, you can hear them round about, but it's a bit of a nature reserve is our farm. Christ, the bloody beet's big. Look at the size of it. But cover your partridges she's after. But this is going to be our struggle. Turning him round at end. You know, it's alright on fresh going where beet's still taking moisture up as well. But beet will keep it drier. But where this has been disturbed, it's just going to be like a blancmange when he's turning his machine round. But I think in a week's time it'll be a lot different. Rape report. Whew. Well, terrible really. Out of a 16-acre field here, there's about 6 or 7 left. Rest of it flea beetles had, and then it flooded off bad. So yeah, we've got a terrible flood problem here. So I don't know. Not been easy this year, has it? And it isn't really worth out. I thought it'd be going through the roof, but it's bloody prices. Is it in the mid 300s? Something like that. I thought it'd rocket up because there ain't going to be much next year, is there? I mean, when you get up onto the walls, it's a different story. Crops look marvellous, but down here on lowlands, everything looks bloody shocking. And I think our area in East Yorkshire here, we're better off than, hey, another pheasant there. We're better off than such as Lincolnshire and Norfolk and other places. You know, we've had it rough, but not as rough as them lot. Another one, bloody hell. Rathi, my Pakistani mate, he's having this again. He didn't do very well last year. I mean, he had a lot of bad luck, to be honest. Markets were pretty poor as well. weather made it bolt very, very quick. So by the time he was harvesting a good flat, it was bloody growing like mad and bolting. His marrows at back end of the season got an early frost and they wiped them out. But he's quite happy to sign up. Well, he didn't sign up with bloody gentleman's agreement for another year. So, but yeah, we'll give him a go another year and see where we are. So, you know, you have to back a try, don't you? Just walking in a flat of early drilled champion wheat. It'd be drilled in probably first week in October, and it just looks fantastic. It really does. That early drill stuff before the weather really did break, it looks fantastic. It's stood everything with you know, all the weather what it's had. You know, it's just seems to have been a lot more open, and wheat and water just seems to go through it. Where that late drill stuff, paddle stuff, suffered terrible. So I don't know, I don't think we're going to be hanging about too much this back end. I mean, no seasons are alike, but Christ, a lot of us on arse, didn't it? But that looks fantastic, doesn't it? And then we've got some barley next door, TARDIS barley. It's a new one we've grown. It's not a new variety, it's been out quite a while, but just seems to do very, very well around here. So, but it's sick of having wet feet, isn't it? It's just, you know, it's starting to lose a tiller or two, and looks very yellow. It's just ready for a bit of nice weather, and then sort of second week in February get a bit of fert chucked at it and give it a boost. But no, you can't grumble with that, can you? Bit thick if out. Same again, it's got a bit of water stood here, but it hasn't suffered real bad. We wanted to get next door in with wheat, but weather broke on us last year. That was a fantastic first week. I'm going away from the direct drilling thing, but only drilled that with the mowers. Direct drilled it into stubble, and it did fantastic, it really did. But that was a real good one. But we've had some total disasters where, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to get going. But that just suited it. So, but I think I just needs a low disturbance leg throw. I know I've built that thing, and they're all making them, such as that Grange machinery neck one. It's a marvellous thing. And actually that one we makes a lovely job. It's just controlling the depth, which we're going to perfect. But and then drill and drag the press behind it, and the drill. You know, but it just needs a leg through it beforehand, just to just help them roots find their way down for nutrients and moisture. This is one of our wild insect mix plots. We just eliminated a piece of horrible land. It never used to grow anything, or very little. So we've eliminated it, and yeah, it pays well. But it's to reseed this year because there was enough to tick the box. There was enough to tick the box if we'd had an inspection, but I can't risk it again. I'll have to buy some seed and reseed it this time and rest at field. We've direct drilled spring barley, and it just, I don't know, it just doesn't yield, and it's terrible for blackgrass. So what we're going to do, we're going to put it in with maize, because and it isn't really maize land, it's a bit strong for maize. But we've got another field very similar, half a mile that way, and we've had maize 4 times on the trot, and we've had unbelievable results tonnage wise. Also, we think it's cleaned the blackgrass problem up, though. Blackgrass grew in the bottom, but it seemed to suffocate it as the crop got high. It suffocated before it seeded, and we think it's 10 times cleaner than it ever was. So yeah, that's the answer with this. But how to prepare it, I don't know. Probably, if it's dry enough, a real deep subsoil, or maybe twice. Do it one way and do it other, and give it a good rip up, so them maize roots can go in. Get Jake to inject it with slurry, and then get it in fairly early, back end of, I don't know, early to middle of April. Middle of April, if I dare. You know, depending on frost. Get it in early, because I can see once this bad weather's buggered off, I can see whether we're going into a drought situation. I really can. So, but yeah, that's plan with that. So, yeah, maize on heavy land. Don't really go, but what with a good preparation and Jake's slurry, it seems to do us proud. So I'll go back this way. I forgot someone's coming at 2 o'clock and it's 2:10, so I'll have to walk back to the farm fairly briskly. Yeah, walking across that TARDIS barley, bloody hell, it's like a lawn. It's just far too thick. It's tillered massively. So what it's going to be like at harvest, I don't know. But Ollie's made a fantastic job of drilling. Oh, apart from he's missed a breed in one field, and there's a little square there and a few triangles at end, but now to summit, but a few bunk spouts. So, but he's done all right. Yeah. So yeah, but that is thick. And I have noticed walking across crops today, they're into a lot of blackgrass, as though all the residual chemicals we've used have really, with it being wet, they've really took on and done a good job. That's the difference between the late drill stuff and the early drill stuff, and I don't think there is a lot of blackgrass in it. So yeah, next year, lesson learned. I know all the agronomists say, oh, you don't want to be drilling yet, wait, but I think you need a crop, don't you? And we aren't going to have much of a crop off these two. I mean, it might surprise us, it might till massively, but, well, let's hope it tills massively. But half the plants have been have drowned, and it's a bit of a mess. But yeah, this has been maize 4 times on trot, and it never got its residual chemical because it was just been too wet since we drilled it. And you can tell because there's a bit of blackgrass, not as much as there would have been in a normal time though. But yeah, there's a few plants coming, but yeah, it's not pretty, is it? That look. Yeah, bloody disastrous, really. We drilled some coriander real late, just an experiment, really. Anyway, weather beatered, but it's still growing, and like both ends at field, that end are ruined with weather, with water damage, and that end's very poor. But I'm just thinking, if this survives till sort of March, and if we get a mild March and it grows, there might be a bloody crop for him. You know, we aren't going to spray it off, we're going to leave this, and because he might be able to harvest it, because sort of early months, March, April, May, before a British crop gets ready, it's quite at a premium in the markets. It's worth, you know, because they have to import it all, you see. So, but yeah, that surprised me how good it looks. We've got this old girl for sale. I just thought as I walk by, I'll show you a couple of items. It's the big, it says New Holland, it's a big Heston baler. It's the big Heston baler. It's a 1996, I think. We've had it on a tractor. We don't really know the history of the machine. All we know, it came from Ireland and it was put in York Machinery sale, which we bought it. And we've had it on a tractor, and there is a problem with the pickup reel, as in it's been dropped on the lorry, and the pickup reel bands are bent, so the bars as they come round catch them. But apart from that, it's very, very straight. It runs like a sewing machine. The knotters are all in line, and I don't think it would take much getting it to go to work. I really don't. And it's at an absolute bargain price. So it's the big Heston. Is it the 4900 Heston? Six stringer. It's 1994. I want £3,300 for it, right? No, don't bid me. £3,300, and it's for now. So we're just for spares. 3,300. There's an old Mustang de-stoner if anybody wanted to clean a bit of soil or out like that. That's for sale, 800 quid. There's a Conskill germinator here. Very, very tidy. I think it's a 6 metre one. It is a 6 metre. Yeah, £2,300. So grab yourself a bargain basement at Dovies today. Right, me foreign customers in the yard, so I'll go see, trying to sell him an irrigation reel. Rubble's filling up steadily. You know, a couple of skip lads keep bringing me a load of rubble, and I just want to hard stand all this. So it's all chalked. Cut edge back. And have all stuff in one spot, because we've got stuff strewn all over and it's just a bloody eyesore and a mess. So I just want to tidy it up a bit. Ollie's got his new gate on, look. Just to shut up. We just need to get a catch on it. That'll be a lot better than them 2 old rotten ones. We want to do another 2 for them too, and just keep doing a bit. Like, he's made a good job. Just need a few more rivets required. Right, that's it for me, Saturday afternoon. For a Rough Hard Farm in East Yorkshire. Tick and subscribe, whatever you do. Bye for now.